I'm a warrior. I go to the core. I am invictus. Nothing crushes me, nothing.
You can hold the outside this time, mate. Oh, Sabansky binned it. No way. No way, binned. Get on the marbles, mate. Get on the marbles, pal. Oh, no, 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 no. My throttle stuck. Oh, my God. Throttle stuck. It's over. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God, there's no way, bro. Bro, I swear to God, this can't be happening to me, bro.
Throw a punch at me, good trick. See if I can dodge it. Trust my dodging skills, innit? Damn.
Lads. Yes. Inside. I don't even know what I'm doing here. It's way too hot for all of this. It's way too hot. Don't ask me. I ain't got my camera on. I'm not putting the light on. Doing all that. I'm just too hot, mate. I'm too hot. Do you know what I mean? But what I will say is, yo, how you doing, Ritual? What I will say is you're now talking to a Premier League champion, so I'm gonna need a little bit of respect in this room today. Do you know what I mean, lads? I'm gonna need a little bit of need a bit of extra respect here. I don't know, you know. I don't know. You know. I'm just feeling more powerful all of a sudden. You know what I mean? I need a little bit of respect. You know what I mean? God's honor and all of that. But you know, I'll stay humble. I'll stay humble. It's cool. You knew it was kind of charisma. Nah, listen. You know what I mean? I'm humbly. You know, I'm humble right now. In fact, I'm too humble. You know what I mean, lads? Like, I'm so humble that I'm surprising myself. I thought, you know, I was just gonna be outlandish and well out of order and stuff, but you know, I feel like I've been quite nice. What are you saying? If I win the Champions League, you lot don't want to see that, bro. You don't want to see that. Look, you men are already begging to come to the parade. You know what I mean? I've seen it online, mate. They're already begging to come to the parade. They can't wait. You know what I mean? What kind of vibe is it that rival fans when they come to our parade? You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to go Tottenham's parade, Chelsea's parade. I wasn't doing any of that. But yeah, here we are. Will we be the first team to, a gold Champions League trophy would just be, that's just aura farming at this point. You know what I mean? I'll be real. I'll be happy to win the Champions League. I'm already satisfied with the season, so I don't even feel like under pressure. You know what I mean? I don't feel no way about the Champions League, bro. I want to win it, but I'm not going to be heartbroken if we lose it. We're not the favourites. PSG are the better team. So if we go in there and we happen to win it, it's over. It's over, buddy. It would be so perfect if we did win that. Got a little. You reckon they will give us a gold trophy? They might try hate though. You know what I mean? They might try hate. Give us a silver one anyway. You never know. I apologize if you guys can hear the fan. Like literally, I have to try and stay alive somehow. There was no way. I was gonna put my camera on, but to put my camera on, I also have to put on my streaming light, and we ain't doing all of that. Like, it's way too hot, bro. I ain't putting on that streamer light, cause then I really will be baking. You guys don't even know. Half the time when I'm racing, I've got that streamer light on. It's tough just looking at the screen because it's literally beaming in my eyes. Do you know what? I feel like a little bit of celebration. Do you know what I mean? Let's get a music on the go. Hold on, let me find a tune at least. Let me find a tune at least to play. Do you know what I mean? Have we won all of our matches? Well, we haven't. Well, I guess we won the tie against Atletico, but obviously we drew. Yeah, I mean we drew at their stadium, so I don't know if that's the same. We drew with Leverkusen at their stadium too. Let's. We'll play some of this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We'll play some of this, lads. Okay. We will be there at the parade. We'll leave that. We'll leave that one till later. We'll leave that one till later. Do you know what I mean? We'll leave that one till later, lads. We'll put that one on ice. You know what I mean? I mean, don't worry. It will be there at the parade. It will be there. I generally don't even know what we're racing today. Genuinely, because as you can see, totally not bothered. You know, I was very close to not streaming today. Because the reason why I stream today, because although I normally stream on Mondays, I don't actually like streaming on Mondays because I feel like the whole week's gone and that the races are kind of tired by the end of the week. So the race I'm doing on Monday, most people have already watched them throughout the whole week. So it's kind of boring and stale. So it's easier for me to stream, I guess, on a Tuesday when the new races are on. I might switch it up, do a Tuesday and a Thursday instead of a Monday and Wednesday. Might be a little bit better because then at least you get the new races every week. But we will see. But I thought if I don't stream today, I'm gonna have to stream tomorrow, and tomorrow is supposed to be hotter than today. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. Portimao. I was making a setup around there, so I'll probably do this little half an hour vibes. Join practice. Let me register. Oh my god, forgot about this livery. It's too sweet, right? I forgot you guys haven't seen me race this livery yet. It's just too. It's too good, brothers. Too good. Now, if we get a gold Champions League trophy, we're just moving different. You know what I mean? Like, you realise you're not going to be able to talk to any Arsenal fan if they win a gold Champions League trophy. You're not going to be able to chat to anybody. Technically speaking, I'm allowed to have any attitude I want, as far as I'm concerned. Once you win the gold Champions League trophy, you're literally allowed to have any attitude you want. Like, you're beneath me, peasant! I can be like that. Nah, I'm humble, bro. I'm humble. Do you know what I mean? I'm humble. I'm gonna stay humble, brother. You know what I mean? It's humble settings. This is too good, brother. It's too good. It's been a long time coming, lads. I mean, people actually forgot that Arsenal were actually a big club. You know what I mean? They actually forgot that Arsenal was a big club. You know what I mean? We let Man City start thinking that they were actually like top dogs and top dons in England. They don't even run Manchester, brother. Like, so you know what I mean? We're talking about on a fan base level. Now, if we get a gold one, bro, oi, that gold Champions League trophy, I might melt that down and make a couple of rings. You know what I mean? Make a couple of rings in that. I did have oh, can't really show this, can I? Boom. I need to sort out my fuel. I don't know what the fuel is. I've yet to actually do this race, so I don't know what the fuel is. Apologies, you guys can't see me on the screen.
Enabled.
Man like Merciless, I've been waiting for you, you know, brother. What are you telling me, bro? What are you saying? The gold trophy. What are you saying? You coming to the parade and that? You coming to witness celebrations? They're saying it's bigger than Carnival. 2 million plus expected in that. You sure you don't want to come down to Highbury and Islington, eat 2 patty and a couple jerk chicken and that? Come on. Don't worry, I won't tell no one who you support, man. I promise. You're gonna have that Man United shirt tucked well in. Bro, listen. The Arsenal fan base has always been there, bro, but a lot of people got disengaged over the years. But it's like for me, yeah, it's like people really forgot that Arsenal are one of the English powerhouses, bro. The disrespect was crazy. Even if you go back from the beginning of the English league, really and truly, there's only really 4 clubs that can, you know, call themselves big in England when it comes to the amount of titles and like from the beginning. It's really only Man United, Liverpool, Everton and Arsenal. Most other teams are single digits in that. You know what I see? I want to see in the transfer window Arsenal getting some serious man then. Oops. You can't go into work. This is lovely for the ears still. Yeah, Alvarez would be mad. I think what Arsenal got to do is we got to mix it up a little bit so we've got more than one way to win a game. You know? We've got all the big units and you know, all the physical players and that. We need a couple technical, man. Really mix it up. Yo, Bling, what's going on, bro? Hey, guys, if you wonder why I ain't got my camera, obvious reasons, it's just too hot, alright? It's too hot to be sitting in front of Streamlight and all of that. I appreciate that, Bling. I appreciate that. I know you man want to come true to the parade, you know. Don't worry, I put a good word in for you, you know what I'm saying? I tell these man, no man, these man like Thierry Henry and that. All I've got to say, yeah, is some man in the Premier League, man said sign 1-2 corner takers. Yeah, we might try to sign Bruno Fernandes for him. See if we can add to his assist record. Because man ain't complaining about corners when he's getting assists. Nah, we don't want him anyway. We don't want Bruno anyway. Look at me. We don't need him. Bro, Bruno's a melt, mate. Absolute muppet.
Log building finished.
You see this guy doing everything he can to get an assist. What's wrong with this guy? Get a shot. Nah, I need that record. Eat it. Nah, no one's getting lined up. We're not lined up. Listen, I'm telling you, bro. I'll make sure you Man United brothers are looked after. You get me? You're gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? Go there. 2-2 jerk chicken, couple patties and that. You man are good. Just don't show that United badge and you're good. Just go there in a plain white tee and you'll survive it, mate. Crane said never again. What did Crane? Oh, you mean, Luke Crane. Spurs escaped. I know, man. Everton disappointed me. Disappointed me heavily. Everton they just didn't do their job, bro. But seeing as, you know, more of you guys are in here, you know, I might as well just pull this one up a little bit, start it again, you get me? Because, you know what I'm saying? Just so you guys know, innit? I'm humble though, I'm humble, I promise. I remember it all. I don't know. Yes, I remember the last Guard of Honor, cuz. You think he's back? Russell, bro. Hey, listen. Russell, you know. Yeah, I think the F1 race was good at the weekend, bro. That's the best race of the season so far. Bro. I don't know, man. I feel like McLaren throwing that race helped out Ferrari and Red Bull, to be honest. That's what I feel like. Because why would you put inters on? Because one thing I've noticed about McLaren is they have the best tyre wear out of everybody. And when I see them put inters on, I'm like, bro, this is a throw. I feel like we're going to see at Monaco if Hamilton's back or not. Because he out-qualified Charles Leclerc last season at Canada. You know? This is what makes me laugh about Russell. Russell was the first one to criticize Max, but Russell's never been in the position to be battling for a championship and be hunted down. So you've seen as soon as he's in that position, the elbow started coming out. You know what I mean? You're not seeing that, bro. You know what I mean? You don't see that from Russell because he's not been in that position before. But now he's in that position. Now you see he starts getting spiteful. He starts getting his elbows out. You know what I mean? Yeah, he did catch, but to be honest, he did catch Max and pass him. George is a snake. I don't think he's a snake. I just feel like he's just finding out what it's like when, you know, you're in that championship battle and everything's for the title. Now he don't mind pushing someone off track. He don't mind doing all that stuff that he was criticizing other people for it. You know? Yeah, Monaco's terrible, to be honest. It's garbage. But to be honest, like, for me, like, championships, when it comes to championships, bro, there ain't no time to be a nice guy, bro. You can be a nice guy when you've got a car advantage. You can be a nice guy when you're faster than your teammate and your car's way faster than everything else. That's why everyone thought Max turned into a nice guy in 2023 because he had no challenge. So it was easy. So he could afford to not trip over people at the beginning because he knew he was always going to come through. Do you know what I mean? But when you've got people on your pace and you're battling and you're at the front, you got a chance to win it, bro. It's different. There ain't no friends. There's no nice guy. You don't have to, like, it doesn't happen, mate. You know what I mean? It's championship, exactly. It's championship battle mode now. It's single-mindedness now. You can't afford to be the nice guy. Nice guys don't win nine. You know what I mean? That's why, for instance, the one thing I like about like esports races and stuff, that's why when you watch esports races, it's way more aggressive because most people are very similar paced and you like everyone's condensed together in a very small space. So when they're racing each other, it's way more aggressive. Because that's literally how you have to be. Single-mindedness, bro. Exactly. Hamilton versus Rosberg. Anytime, if you look at championships, any time where it's super close, it will get dirty. Simple as. Yeah, no, well, McLaren made it nice, and because they made it too nice, they allowed Verstappen into the fight. Yeah, I like, Antonelli's very, very young, bro. You have to take into account how young this guy actually is. He's super young to be in this, thrusted into this position already. You know? He's a teenager with a chance to win a championship, bro. So he's lucky. He's landed in the right team at the right time. Yeah, because Toto didn't want him to out the things on the radio. But to be honest, like, if we're all honest, the first move he went to put on Russell, bro, he was side by side, bro. He'd probably earned the space, but Russell knows I ain't giving him nothing, squeezing him out, mate. That's how it goes. Try know if the shoe was on the other foot, Russell would have been complaining. But that's literally what I expect. Like, drivers, everyone's a hypocrite, bro. You're gonna be a hypocrite. It's normal. So I'm not surprised by any of this, bro. Yeah, we're gonna see like tracks like Qatar and like the later end of the season. Let's see how he does then, innit? But Antonelli, what he's got is raw speed, bro. He's got speed. He was making the corner, bro. It would have been tight, like, because if you see it, he goes more to the right after Russell shoves him, but he was gonna make that. You know what I mean? It would have been very, very tight on the next right-hander. He would have went like deep into the corner, but he was making it. You know what I mean? Even Karoon said like he would have made that, but Russell made sure he didn't. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you could see where Kimi was better than Russell as well. Like, under braking, Kimi is definitely better than Russell. At least at that track, you know? But again, I wasn't surprised how fast Kimi was, because if you look at last year, Kimi's first time there, he wasn't even that far off. So those are the little things you have to look out for. If someone's not that far off and it's their first time there, the next time they go there, you can expect that they're going to make big advancements on their pace, you know? So it's interesting, bro. Alright, we're not even running no practice. We're just straight jumping in raw, mad. But let's see, because now Russell has the pressure of man's expecting you to perform. Man's expecting you to win the championship. Remember, he had all that stuff to say about Lando last season. You know what I mean? He had all that stuff to say. Now you're in his position. Now you've got the car. And then, okay, he was unlucky because, let's face it, it was a great, very good pole positions. And he was leading the race at the time, but he was under pressure, bro. He was under pressure. And what I don't like about the sport currently is this engine mode thing, like this boost mode, like where if you're within a second you get boost for the whole lap, bro. It's BS, bro. That shit is BS. You get boost more power than the guy in front for a whole lap, just because that literally allows people to hang on when you're quicker than them. You know what I mean? Like, sure, it gives you some good racing, I guess, which is what people want. But actually, it's like a man could just be straight up faster than you and can't get away because you just got boost. And like, it's not like DRS, because DRS is like, it's just down the straights. If you can negate and get away on the straight, you can probably pull the gap. Whereas the boost mode is everywhere. They just got more power. You know, it's kind of ridiculous, man. And I feel like that doesn't separate the good drivers enough. because you could be doing a great job, but because you're not 7/10 a lap quicker, you generally just can't get away from the guy behind because he's got boost. Like I don't know about all of that. I mean that's the part that I think is a bit fugazi. Like man are just hanging on to you just because of boost mode. You know, that's why when someone gets past, they can't get away. If you look, no one can actually get away. Yeah, I feel like the reason why Lando Norris is a world champion that no one cares about is because unlike other champions, Lando has not followed up. Lando hasn't been given the chance to follow up on his maiden championship because the car is not where it needs to be. So that's why it's forgettable, or it's easily forgettable, because let's say when Vettel won his first title, if he'd have jumped into the season afterwards and, you know, the flipping Ferraris were half a second down the road, it would have been forgettable for him because your car's nowhere. Do you know what I mean? And he hasn't built that aura for himself to say like, yo, Lando is this demon. You know what I mean? And to be honest, Lando's probably been driving pretty well this season when you consider the qualifying, and he's kind of been the only guy really to split up the Mercedes by the end of the race. You know what I mean? Yo, Kaisi, how you doing, bro? You think Spa damaged his rep? I can't remember what happened at Spa. I think at the end of the day, what happened with the team order at Spa? I can't remember. Piastri as champion, would it help? I don't know about all of that, bro. I think Piastri gained a lot of fans last season just because people don't like Norris, bro. But at least from my point of view, whenever I watch Piastri and Norris, if you watch these guys perform, you can say Piastri performs better under pressure. But raw pace-wise, Norris has always been quicker than Piastri, bro. Even in the races where Piastri won, if you look at the race place when they're both in clean air, Norris is faster. I mean, it's been like that for time. It's just that Norris, he's not as good, he's not as mentally strong, so you can get to him. You can get under his skin. You know what I mean? But raw pace, a lot of the time, since they've been teammates, Norris has always been slightly faster. But because people like Piastri, they like his mannerisms, they just felt like he deserved to win the championship. But in reality, he bottled it, mate. He made way too many mistakes. He's been poor at the end of the season, every single season. So people that were blaming McLaren doesn't make any sense. If you go back and watch Piastri, since he's coming to F1, at the end of every season, he has been poor. It's nothing new, bro. Bro, if Piastri had the desire, he would have made it happen last season. Because that, think about it. Take Norris out of the equation. Piastri lost more than 100. He finished behind Max. You understand this guy was over 100 points in front of him. Over 100 points in front of Max, and you finished third in a 2-horse race, bro. That's not desire, brother. that's bottling. Yeah, I get that. And to be honest, if I was a team owner, I would have made him give back the place too. Because it's not as if, like, remember, Norris allowed him to have the pit stop first in that race. It wasn't as if Piastri was on Norris's tail and he was closing him down. Remember, Norris was smoking Piastri at Monza, bro. Piastri was getting smoked. So Norris said he can have the pit stop first so he doesn't get overtaken. You know what I mean? Normally a teammate wouldn't even care what happens to the other guy. But he literally said he can have the first pit stop first. So if he's got guys behind him, he doesn't get undercut, basically. It wasn't as if they were really like racing each other. Piastri was getting smoked. He was never in a position to win that race anyway. You know what I mean? So the team, knowing that it was the team's fault, that they messed up, they said, it's only right if we put it back to what it was, and then you can race. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it wasn't. I would be upset with that decision if Piastri and Norris were racing each other. They were tight on the track, and then one guy got a botched pit stop, and then they said give it back. Like, nah. Then I would say, nah, that's not fair. But when you're getting smoked, bro, you're not even. You know what I mean? You're like 3, 4, 5 seconds behind your teammate. Like, you're not even a challenge at this particular race. I'm sorry, Norris deserved that race, bro. He was better than him that weekend. Yeah, he did, but bro, even overshooting your marks wouldn't have cost him the amount of time he lost, bro. I mean, they botched his stop. Because if you remember, Silverstone 24 when Hamilton won, he overshot his marks then. It did not account to the pit stop length that, you know what I mean, that he had for Monza. It's not the first time Norris has overshot. You know, and if Piastri was truly quicker, he would have caught him and he would have passed him. But he didn't. He got smoked. Do you know what I mean? If you're fast enough, you'll pass and catch. Nice, Zach. So for me, like, I don't know, man. I think the Piastri Norris thing, I think people just don't like Norris and they really want the Piastri to win. But a lot of the time, like, I'll give Piastri his credit for getting the pole positions and stuff like that. But if you watch the race pace, a lot of the time, what would normally happen is Verstappen would get Norris off the start. Norris would get stuck behind Verstappen. And then once Norris gets past or gets free, he was normally quicker than Piastri, bro. And so when it actually came to the point, why do you think every time Norris was in front of Piastri started sending these desperate dive bombs, bro? You know what I mean? Because he knows if Norris is in front, he can't catch him. That's why he was doing it. What was it, Hungary? He sent a mad one. There was a couple of times, bro. Yeah, he did. Like, Norris, like, he came back from a lot, bro. And I think, like, at the end of the day, you have to say, like, Piastri had a massive lead and he bottled it. You know what I mean? That's all it is. You know what I mean? He had a massive lead, he bottled it, bro. Yeah, he could have. He could have said no. But at the end of the day, people weren't complaining about McLaren team tactics when Norris was clearly quicker than Piastri at Hungary a few seasons ago. Was it 2024? And Norris let him back through, even though he was clearly faster. Do you know what I mean? No one had any complaints about that. When it's like, yo, you could see Norris was blatantly quicker than Piastri around Hungary. Was it 2024? And and Piastri was nowhere in the championship. Norris was actually fighting for a championship. Piastri was nowhere, and they still made him give back the position when he was clearly the faster driver. Like, Piastri couldn't even catch him. So at the end of the day, I feel like people, you got to pick. At the end of the day, if Piastri's fast enough, it should never be a problem, bro. I feel like he is better under pressure. I feel like he's a better overtaker and stuff like that. But if you ask me who's like the quickest out of them, I feel like Norris edges him, like we've been seeing this season. Anything to do with engine is always going to favor Mercedes. Like, if you look, anytime it's an aero regulation formula, Mercedes gets smoked. So anything to do with engine Yeah, it's all good for Mercedes, bro. Am I on 6 ABS? Really? Really? Who's not consistent enough? I think Lando is more consistent than Piastri, bro. I'll be honest. And I mean, the stats back it up. Piastri's yet to beat Norris in any championship, bro. And that's normally because of his late form
Locking enabled.
over a season. Piastri at the end of the season is a bit of a disaster. Like, that man had the fastest car for so long. Yeah, Piastri. That man had the fastest car for so long. How you get to the end of the season and you're finishing 5th in that? How you finish 5th and you got the best car? Don't make no sense. But like the respect that I'll give Norris this season is I feel like he has made a little bit of a step in terms of performance, because now, even though we know the McLaren's not the best, he's pretty much maximizing it, apart from that dumbass strategy they did on Sunday. But in terms of quality, he's the only one that's really close. He's the only one getting close to Mercedes, really, you know? So I'll give him that respect. Now, this season, we're going to find out what George Russell's made of. Obviously, we're going to find out what Kimi Antonelli's made of, but he's a kid. He really shouldn't even be in the position that he was in. In the position that he is in, sorry. So I feel like if Kimi Antonelli bottles it, it should be kind of be expected. But if Russell starts getting rattled, then you got question marks, bro. No, I don't see no one catching Mercedes. Not this season. Next season, maybe. Because I know for a fact that Mercedes are holding back, bro. Mercedes not even showing their full hand. Even if you look at the sprint race, when they were fighting each other, did you see how fast they pulled out like a 3-second gap? They had like a 3-second gap in like 2 laps, bro. And then in the main race, no one clocked it, but Antonelli set the fastest lap of the race on the last lap. When you do that, you got a lot in hand, bro. So I believe Mercedes have got a lot in hand. Next season, I expect McLaren to be strong. Yeah, Aston Martin are terrible. I expected so much more from them, but we didn't know that, although they got the Honda engine, that most of the Honda people has left, you know? So that's their main issue. Back end goes a little bit light there. No. Oh my god. Yeah, T300 would have died in this river, bro. What's making that sound when the upshift? I don't know. Probably my shifter. I might have to turn down my mic, that's all. I'll turn down my mic in a second after quali. On one lap. The Lambo's rapid, but you need to be extremely good with that car. But it's probably, a lot of the time, it's the fastest car around a lot of the tracks, but there's only a handful of people I've seen that's already fast with it. Uh-oh. Messed that up. Totally messed that up. Not the best qualifying lap. We'll take it though. That's pretty awful. I thought that was the best race of the season, to be honest. I'm kind of gutted that
Log building finished.
what's it called? That Russell retired, because I was enjoying the battle. I wanted to see how snaky Russell would get, how aggressive he would get, you know. But I don't think battle's going to be resumed. I expect Russell to probably out-qualify Kimi around Monaco, to be honest. Right, we can close this up. Oh my god, I didn't even close this at all. Dang! Alright, let me turn my mic down.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
1 2 1 2. It's still loud. Still loud. Still loud. How loud are we, lads? Are we still loud? Hold on. Is this quieter? Yeah. 1 2, lads. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Cheers. Come on. We might have fixed it. Hopefully. Yeah, that was good. That was a good battle. I know you're a die-hard Hamilton fan, bro.
Locking enabled.
And to be honest, I kind of feel like Ferrari shouldn't even be in the place to even be racing Red Bulls, bro. Ferrari should be challenging. Why is this thing... Oh, shit. Okay, I ended up 4th. It's not bad. You remember my predictions for the start of the season? My predictions, I thought Red Bull would be slower than Williams. There's a lot of teams that don't have good, what's it called? That they don't have great like wind tunnels and stuff like. That's why Red Bull are in trouble without Adrian Newey, because their wind tunnel is old. Adrian Newey was masking over everything.
Green flag, green flag.
No grip whatsoever. Made it stick somehow. Yeah, Albon got absolutely binned by Piastri. You have to be a little bit careful on the throttle out of that corner. Wow, the Ford's quick out of there. I think that was a good race from Hamilton, man, to be honest. That's probably the best race he's had since... I think that was probably even better than Silverstone in 2024. Obviously, he won Silverstone, so obviously the result's not better, but I think the performance was as good, you know? I saw when Leclerc nearly binned it, yeah, I saw that. Oh, you was at Silverstone, yeah? Oh, God. I think my car's good in the last corner, I think. I'm into a proper lap. The Ford is very good on the brakes, bro. It's insane. You're trying to go to Spa next year. And that'll be dope. Christ. Right, I need to lock in. Damn. Still can't do a valid lap. It's sad. Oh my God. Corner entry is a problem. I don't know if we have enough downforce right now. I think I'm about to save a bit of fuel, you know. Oh, you won't believe that save. Oh, it's so much better under braking. It's insane. Yo, Errol, how you doing, bro? Oh my God. We have to be careful now. Let's try to hold it. We're gonna try the other setup next as well. Oh, it is bacon. You know, like, it's mad. I know he wanted to cut back so bad. Oh shit! My bad, brother. Just been absolutely bombed on by all the Fords after that mistake. Tire temps a bit all over the place. Gotta be very careful with track limits now. I've got to try to brake as gently as possible in that corner. Otherwise we're going to get them oversteer snaps. He's not braking the last corner. I do not brake in the last corner. The tires are not even. The tires are struggling with temps. that's close. Yeah, we got hella rotation around the last corner, but we lose a lot in the braking zone, man. I've got the pace to stay with him. I'm just not quicker than him. Right. Oh. I think the BMW in front's even falling off. Is that the BM they're catching in front, or is it a different car? Might be a different car. My front tires are dying. But I have found when I use 6 ABS, I tend to have more issues with front tire wear. We're gonna try the other setup though, see what that's saying after. Oh, nearly been that. If Mercedes get pole at Monaco, then yeah, season's a wrap. If Ferrari cannot get a pole at Monaco, then we got no hope for the rest of the season, bro. I'll be real. I think Ferrari have got two issues, bro. One is clearly the engine. The engine is, it's not terrible, but it's just not strong enough, bro. Which I already knew would be the case anyway. But and tire wear. That is their biggest issues. And my tire wear's kicking in now. That was an awful lap. Apparently, like, they're saying in the future, Mercedes are gonna drop McLaren. Because obviously McLaren are just a bit too strong, innit? It was alright back in the day when McLaren were crap. Now it's an issue. Oh, nearly binned it again. Yeah, we're struggling with front tires now. Turn. I've got about 4 different setups to try. You might as well run through them all. See which ones have the best longevity. My tires fell off a cliff and the Ford's just gapped the hell out of me. '89, front left. Jesus, that was generous. Yeah, it's just not happening in the slow corners, man. Like I said though, we got a plethora of setups to try. And I'm not exactly lapping consistently either. Make a pit stop. What you on about, mate? I got enough fuel.
That time was a 1:45.45.
Uh-oh, that's deep. Last lap was better though. To be honest, like the lead is in the Aston, so. But I feel like I can definitely make the shout better. It's the guy in second in the BM, so. Can't make no excuses, brother, you know what I mean? It's a setup thing, or driver thing. Oh,
Log building finished.
wasn't great. See, I actually went slightly quicker than the guy in second, but race pace has dropped off, man. Have we got this? We've scammed the second fastest lap of the race. Absolutely scammed it. Alright, we'll try a different setup. That guy there, 44-0. Damn. That setup was kind of edgy, to be honest. Champions of England, we know what we are. Cheers! Alright, come on. Ah, brother, it's only right, bro. It's only right, innit? It's only right. It's only right, lads. It's only right, lads.
Everyone sees who the biggest in London is. It's mad.
They see it, innit?
Chat bad about us, you know, calling us the bottle drops. Hey, the get back is gonna be generation.
Sensational.
There's a lot of people that we need to call out right now.
Yo, Poochie, my brother.
Do that right now.
See you at the parade.
Pep Guardiola, man like Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Pillface Harley, Manchester City, 115,
Jeez.
Antoine Semenyo, Ryan Cherky, Sir Alex Ferguson, Class of
We will be there. Come on.
Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, Rio Ferdinand, Patrice Evra, Amad Diallo, John Obi Michael, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Didier Drogba, Eden Hazard,
That's enough. That's enough. You know what I mean? Like, I'm humble though, respectively. I'm humble. You know what I mean? Who was it telling me earlier? Turismo was telling me earlier, if Arsenal were to win the Champions League, we would be the first team in history to win every single game, and we might be getting a gold Champions League trophy. And I'm just telling you, man, now, don't let us win that trophy, bro. Do not let us take home a gold Champions League trophy. I promise you. I promise you. It'll be the worst day of your life. That's if you're not an Arsenal fan. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, bro. Don't let it happen, lads. Because I'm humble. You know, I'm humble. You know what I mean? I'm coming to people respectfully and with the greatest amount of humble. Peasants! You know what I mean? Greatest amount of humbleness. I mean, how dare thou talk to me? I'm humble though. You know what I mean? I'm humble. You know what I mean? Listen, I can't believe the amount of man talking about they support United, they support Chelsea, but they're coming to the Arsenal parade for the block party. What? These lot are not serious, bro. These lot, they don't love their club. You know what I mean, mate? You never see me go into a Tottenham parade. And bearing in mind, I used to live in Tottenham, literally 5 minutes away from the stadium, bro. You will never see me fix my mouth to say those words, bro. I mean, been running your mouth all season just to come to the parade because it's for the vibes. Nah. We don't need you. Look at me. We don't need you. Yeah, it will cause trouble because them man will be getting fists up if they decide to come. I've already seen a couple of Man United man get chased out already. I don't know who's daring them to do this, bro, but people just like problems in life. People just like problems, mate. I don't know. Okay, that was that setup. This one. Okay, that one was lower. Oh, should we try this out? I don't know. Don't know. This one's got max win. What happened to what, bro? Oh no, I was talking about the Man United fans trying to come to the Arsenal parade. Or not even a parade, they've been coming to the Arsenal celebrations around the stadium in their Man United tops and getting chased by people and stuff. But it's like, why would you do that anyway? Like, I would never walk down Tottenham High Road with an Arsenal shirt on when Tottenham are playing. Unless you actually want smoke, you know. You want smoke, then go ahead, do all that. But why would you purposefully bring that kind of drama to yourself? Right. We're registered. I guess I should quickly do a lap. I watched the highlights of the Indy 500, but I'll get bored of it very quickly. Driving around in circles is just not for me.
Locking enabled.
I don't know, I'll get bored of Indy 500, man. Don't know if you guys are the same. I need to see a couple braking zones. I watched a bit of the highlights, so that was pretty much it. Okay, overshot that. Understeer. I don't know why, but this is one of the tracks where the BMW's brakes feel awful. Feels like the McLaren. Okay. I got max wing on and I'm still struggling to get the car slowed down. Oh shit. An excursion. Right. Okay, we got more understeer in the last corner now. Products. Yeah, we cannot take the narrow angle into that corner at all. Yeah, he's a gooner now, bruv. I still ain't forgotten when my man tried to purchase Chelsea. They asked him if he was a gooner. My man said, "Who said that?" I said, "Wait, what?"
Log building finished.
Everyone wants to claim gooner now, blood. Remember when he was trying to buy Chelsea with Serena and that? And the fans asked him, "I swear you support Arsenal now?" Man said, "Who said that?" What? Man switched up quick for us when he saw 2 trophy get lift. I don't care. London belongs to Arsenal, bro. You London Man United fans, London belongs to Arsenal. I can't lie to you. I think you lot know it now, innit? You lot know it now. Now you see the assemblance of the Arsenal fans. Yo, Alan, man said eating from the freezer. Bro, listen. It's like the only place to be right now. I was too hot to have a camera on. I said I'm not trading any extra heat with no camera light, bro. I refuse. Boom, boom, boom. Well, let's hope we can have a better race than last time. I mean, last race wasn't terrible, but we did get smoked. And we weren't comfortable at all.
Hi, Dad.
What's up, mate? Yeah, it's very hot. Yeah, the World Cup team's crazy. Certain man got left at home. It's peak times. Alright.
Logging enabled.
I say he's done 1 race since the start of the heat wave. I don't even blame ya. What? England ain't winning no World Cup. England ain't winning nothing, mate. Oh, you talk about PSG. It don't matter if PSG is serious. When Man United won the Champions League in 1999, bro, they got played off the park and they still won it. 2 corners at the end. It's a one-off game. So PSG should win it. Got the better players. And nothing guaranteed though until that final whistle's gone, mate. These man gave Jordan Henderson a place on the plane for dressing room speeches, bro. Is that what we're doing? Man said, nah, he's good in the dressing room. We need that. That's mad. Where did we get in quality last time? Because the quality wasn't great. This setup is definitely going to generate more heat in the tires because we are killing that left front. Foden didn't deserve to go. That's just keeping it real. Been terrible all season. Maguire is a better defender than a lot of the guys that got picked above him, so he deserved to go. Trent ain't really done too much this season either, let's be real. And Brody can't defend. I'm sorry. If you're picking off of like form, who's actually been playing well, some of it is no argument, to be honest. We're basing like Trent off of qualities that he showed at Liverpool. You know, realistically. Yeah, but when Saka plays for England, he does well. When a lot of these other men play for England, they're rubbish. Man did a 45-0 first lap. GG's. Yeah, Ivan Toney's a shock. But he's a totally different profile of striker, so I do get that. And he does take penalties pretty well. Yo, Palace, how you doing, bro? Top 3. Maybe Gaskell, McWilliam, Ribeiro. There's a lot of good drivers, bro. Dominic Belaya. It's hard to say top 3. I'm good, bro, man. Try not to mess up quality again. That was awful. Oh my god. Awful again. This just wasn't a good lap, was it? This wasn't a good lap.
That time was a 1:44.98.
Ah, that wasn't good either. And this setup was definitely slower.
Time 1:44.64.
It was definitely slower. Bit too much understeer, I think. Yeah, very tricky track, to be honest. It was not a great lap. First sector, I know I lost a lot. But we're getting killed. It's the last sector, bro. Getting absolutely mullered in the last. Not too bad for the middle, actually. My problem, clearly, is last sector. But last sector is the longest sector of them all, so...
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Must do better. Is what we're saying. We go 50... 52, we're using more wing. 51. Cool. Wait. Alright, we'll put that to 91 actually.
Locking enabled.
Let's see if our tyres hold on longer though. We have a Porsche and a Ford behind us, so we might be okay.
Formation lap has started.
That's the voice of the actual announcer in real life, I think, isn't it? Yeah, way too sweaty. Way too sweaty. And because as well, when I use Facecam, I have to have my my camera light on. Yeah, that wasn't too much. Too much. Right.
Green flag, green flag.
Let's go. It's not ideal. Oh God, wide. I used to think this was a good track for the BM. Look like it's bullion season almost. Alright, let's try to put some laps together.
That time was a 153.62.
Just cannot get the car turned at the apex. Bye-bye, buddy. Nothing like a tasty free position. Oops. These guys in front are quick, man. I think we did a 44.6 in the last race, so we're still not really near that at all. Turn. Yeah, it's about to be a 45.0, which is still slow.
That time was a 1:45.01.
Hey, wide. Okay, the setup's way easier to drive, I'll give it that. We could probably go a little bit more reverage on brake bias, to be honest. The Ford's quick, the Aston seems fast as well.
Lap 1:44.97.
Just about kept it on. Oh, I might have to go down to first gear. First gear might be the trick. I made a mistake then, it was way quicker. Was that what I was missing, lads? I use face cam on the purple one. I normally use face cam on both. It's just very, very hot. I didn't feel like having my camera light shining in my face and making me extra hot. Ah, what? Oh. Nearly. Yo, Leo, what's going on, bro? What do you mean? Listen, British sun ain't like Caribbean sun, brother. The air's all stuffy and hay fever and, you know what I mean? And absolutely hunted down. The difference in tire wear starting to show. Well, correct, still banging in 43.7s is crazy. What's this guy doing? And the V&M's good, bro. Real good. Oh God.
That time was a 144.97.
Okay. Yep, you did. You deserved it. We're gonna have these guys all over us, I think. Well, this is definitely the problem corner.
Time 146.32.
I can tell it's on this dive bombing stuff, but it's cool because I'm on some turning in stuff, brother.
Time 145.62.
To be expected. Man said Jamaican idiot, you know. Not surprising at all. This guy's trying to dive bomb from so far back. I should have known from the first lap he's trying to overtake me off the track on the outside. I got damaged. The car feels like it turns more.
Lap time was a 1:44.96.
This setup actually hangs on better than the other one, but the other one's faster. Good!
Lap 1:45.29.
What an idiot. Yo, Penny, what's going on, bro? Nah, not yet. Still time though. You get me? Nah, bro, it is warm. It's cooled down a bit now though. Plus I got the fan right next to me, so. Two laps to go. Tires are dead.
Lap 1:45.26.
We need a mixture of the two setups, I think.
Lap 1:45.09.
But the tire wear is way better than the race before. And that's saying something. But it still don't even feel great. Cheers, mate. We'll take the freebies, you know. We'll take it. That was way better pace than before.
Log building finished.
I'm not getting drilly, not yet. It's only 10 o'clock. What's this fool saying? What's his name? Grossman. Idiot. We say, I will turn one you dive bomb two. I had to release break. This guy idiot. This guy a fool. This guy's an actual idiot, bro. This guy's a clown. I mean, tried to overtake me off the track. He was trying to do all sorts, mate. I see him dive bombing the guy behind me, dive bombing me, thinking he's just gonna get let through. This guy's a fool. That setup was definitely way better on tires, but it just wasn't as fast. Could not do the same lap times with that setup, even though it was way easier to drive, way easier. But anyway, I thought I'd play this again.
I know a lot of men had stuff to say about Arsenal, you know, it's mad.
Anyway,
Now look, everyone's quiet now. Everyone sees the biggest in London.
anyway.
They try to chat bad about us, you know, calling us the bottle drops. Hey, the get back is gonna be generational.
Generational.
There's a lot of people that we need to call out right now. It's cool, but we're gonna do that right now. Pep Guardiola, man like Rodri,
You get me?
Pillface Harley, Manchester City, up 115 charges, Antoine Semenyo,
It's mad.
Ryan Cherky, Sir Alex Ferguson, class of 92, Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher,
Gary Nevs.
Rio Ferdinand, Patrice Evra, Ahmad Diallo, John Obi Michael, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank,
Trust me. Let them say something.
Eden Hazard, Michael Essien, man like Matisse, and Big Steve, Ransom Bands, Expressions Oozing, Abby Summers, Jamie O'Hara,
Everybody.
everybody on Talksport, Adam McCullough, Stephen Housen, Mark Goldbridge, man like Hamza, Tottenham Hotspur, Ledley King.
That's enough. They get the message. They get the message, brothers. You know what I mean? Keep it quiet, lads. Keep it quiet, mate. That's what it's all about. Yo, we are absolutely frying. Frying, bro. You know what? My plan today was actually just to do a 90-minute race around Interlagos. And Interlagos wasn't even on. You know what I mean? That's the issue. That was my plan for the day. And now I'm just too hot. Now it's too hot, bro. I need a drink. I need like some sort of nourishment. You know? No, I had today jacket potato, cheese, tuna, sweet corn. Ooh. Sometimes, bro, I call that's like summer food. You know what I mean? Like it's like summer foods, bro. We call that summer foods. I mean, you man don't know about a good jacket potato. Man not ready for a real good jacket potato. Know what I mean? Man not ready for the real jacket potato crew. Alright, let's see what this waste man was crying about. Delivery though. Delivery! Best I can be, I'm on the grid. I'm humble though, I'm humble. I'm humble, I promise. This is what he's crying about. This guy's an idiot. I swear he binged it by himself as well. What corner was it? He bins it out. I think it's in the last sector he bins it. He's upsetting me. Where is it? Bro, that car turns so much in slow corners, this is insane. My car was actually good out of that corner. Bro, is this guy serious, bro? He's running into me on the exit corners, flashing me like it's my fault. Bro, some managers, there's something wrong with them, bro. He hits me on the exit of the corner and flashes me. What? What? Are you okay? You tried to send it, you never made it, mate. You never made it, mate. What do you want me to do? Open the door and say, there you go? He weren't saying sorry. He was angry. He was angry from before. He was angry from the first lap. You guys are melt. Oh my God. Bro, he's coming into the corner way too hot. What does he want me to do? Open the door and say, there you go, have this one, son. Nah, mate. We don't do that around here. And he's still flashing me. Bro, see, this is what he wanted to do to me. This is what he wanted to do to me. Now, he was trying to do that to me. Like, nah, bro. Like, nah. You know what I mean? You get guys that want to race hard but don't want to be raced back hard. Like, nah, we're not doing all that. How do you have the cheek to be upset at other people, bro? I don't get it. That's the only one you could probably say is my fault, to be honest. That one you can say is on me. That's the only one I reckon is my fault. The rest of them, I don't know what he's crying about, mate. I don't know what he was complaining about before. He'd already been trying to dive bomb me like 2 other times. I think he was upset because he binned it earlier on in the race and he was probably quicker than some of the guys that was in front of him. You know what I mean? So, unlucky, mate. But he didn't really get nothing he wasn't giving out. Right, what is the time? 10 past 10, bro. It's a bit hot for all this, isn't it? As I said, I was gonna miss today's stream and stream tomorrow, but tomorrow's looking even hotter. We don't have to do that to ourselves, man. We don't. We don't need to just be unnecessarily sweating. All right, we need to have a look at what's on for the coming week. Let's have a little look. Hold on. Let's go to LMU. All right, let's have a little look. Prototype, oh man. Portimao, Logitech G Challenge is still at Bahrain. Le Mans again? What? Yo, how many times, bro? And Monza again? Oh, brother. Cut it out. Bro, nah, hold on. What? Wait. No, wait. Have they really put Monza and Le Mans back on again? Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, Monza was already here on fixed. Right? But Le Mans was on somewhere. I know Le Mans was on somewhere. Where was it? It's here, innit? Somewhere, yeah. Le Mans was on here again. Okay, it's GTEs, but Le Mans again. Let's go up. Oh, for some reason they got rid of it. It might be in my Discord though. Oh no. Where was it? Is this the same one? No, this is one that's gone. It's probably, no, it's not gone, it's here. Oh, they've deleted it. Oh, they delete them. Bro, I swear we've had Le Mans about 3 or 4 times in a row. Same with Monza, like 3 times in a row. They need to just leave it at. Alright, leave it at. How have they made LFM come along, and LFM are about to do the endurance circuit before they put the Bahrain endurance circuit in the rotation, bro? And it's been out for ages. Like, come on, man. I wonder who's doing the I wonder who's actually doing the track listing, bro, because it is awful. Like, it's just awful. It's too, like, it's not saying there's too many tracks. There's enough tracks to where we can miss Monza and Le Mans for 2 weeks, bro. It does not have to be on the rotation every single week. Oh my god. You know what I mean? It just doesn't have to be there. It is tough. It is tough. I don't get it, man. Even though, like, yes, the doesn't have a massive track list, but they spam Monza and they spam Le Mans too much, bro. It's too much. Like, come on, man. You got what? 3 versions of Silverstone now? You got how many versions of Paul Ricard? Like 4 different versions of Paul Ricard or whatever. You got 2 versions of Sebring. You got 2 versions of Qatar. You got like 3 or 4 versions of Bahrain. Bro, we don't need to be doing this. Yeah, they for sure, for sure. But that's the thing, they do introduce the DLC tracks in the silver. I'm not even talking about bronze. I'm talking about silver. Right? In the silver, you get the DLC tracks. So I'm just thinking like, brother, like, what are we doing there? You've made all these track variations just for us to keep going around Monza and bloody Le Mans. And I feel like the silver races are probably the most popular, man. I take IMSA content or the ELMS Asia series any day of the week. Preferably the Asia series, if I had to pick. If I had to absolutely pick. Just because I slightly prefer their tracks. And I believe they're probably better for overall the endurance races. I feel like those, like having Malaysia, great track for racing. Dubai Autodrome, one of my favorite tracks ever. I feel like Abu Dhabi would look insane on this game. So that would be me, man. I mean, they can only have more base game tracks if they get the licenses for it and they make it a track also free. You know what I mean? Road Atlanta, don't care too much about Watkins Glen. To me, Watkins Glen is like so played out. I've played it on like every single game, bro. It's not a track that I miss. LMU and Rayshroom would be insanity. Because Rayshroom have got the tracks down. Rayshroom got a lot of tracks that like a lot of games just don't have, man. Love Rayshroom tracks. They got a lot of the Asian tracks like Ningbo. Yeah, man. Love the tracks on Rayshroom. But for me, if they brought like IMSA, what would I be looking forward to? Road Atlanta, definitely. I like that track. What else on IMSA? It's like what is it? Is Long Beach on there in IMSA? I think Long Beach is in there. I wouldn't mind Long Beach. I said ACC soon come. What do you mean ACC soon come? You mean AC Evo? Bro, I ain't worried about AC Evo, man. That game, yeah, they're cooked. I'm sorry. Even, bro, did you see that? What's his name? What's his name? Is now with Project Motorsport. Yeah, nah, I'm not going back to ACC, man. I couldn't. There's like, to me, ACC, there's nothing competitive on there. So to me, for me anyway, pointless. Going on to do like daily races on ACC is just not for me, mate. Yeah, Aris gone to Project Motorsport, bro. They should have kept this guy, bro. They should have kept this guy. I don't know. I feel like AC Evo wouldn't be in the state it's in if Aris was there, bro. Well, LFM's Pro Series on LMU's pretty good. It's very competitive. You know what I mean? So that's on a Thursday at what time? 7:30. Yeah, Thursday at 7:30. But LFM on ACC is dead because, bro, none of the competitive people play ACC anymore. So most of the competitive scene from ACC has switched to LMU. Yeah, but see me, like I'm not really worried too much about graphics, bro. For me, it's the competitive scene. if there's no one really on ACC, it's just like the whole. That's why the whole. It feels like the whole industry for ACC, the competitive industry, has shifted, bro. You know what I mean? I don't see no one on there who was one of the top drivers still doing it. It's done with, man. Yeah, PMR. That's cooked. It's already, the reputation's already gone. Don't get me wrong, like ACC was a great game, but it's just like everyone sort of moved on. Of course, there's a lot of still people playing public lobbies and that, but who the fuck wants to do public lobbies, bro? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think the mistake that ACC made is they let LFM become almost like they let LFM babysit them, because ACC at one point had the competition servers, and at the start when it first came out, people were starting to do it okay, but then LFM came along, pretty much saved the game, and then everybody migrated to LFM. So the moment, you know, LMU came out and people stopped going on LFM, and bro, it just killed ACC's competitive scene, bro. Killed it. Yeah, I mean, iRacing's there, but I don't know, man. Whenever I've tried it, it's just not really been for me. A lot of that is, of course, the price. You know, the pricing's just mad. Yeah, kudos to going out like PCAST free, man. I absolutely agree. Because to me, all ACC needed to do was just keep updating stuff, keep bringing DLC, and they probably would have been fine, bro. They would have been fine. But they promised a lot of stuff that they didn't actually bring. You know? And then I think what was the final nail in the coffin for ACC was the BOP was awful. Like the amount of work that like LFM and AOR did to make it somewhat decent in terms of BOP. Because if that game was left bare without LFM and AOR's input with all the leagues and all that sort of stuff with the BOP, yeah, it would have been curtains, bro. You just would have seen a bunch of Fords driving around every race. And that would have been it. And they started doing things like getting lazy, like just, they bring the Ford in, but they give it the same sound as the Jaguar because they can't bother to actually have the Ford. Like, bro, come on, man. You know, like, come on. And then you think of how much DLC, you know, how much DLC could have been brought to that game. GT Challenge America, GT Challenge Asia, they had so much scope to do all that. And LMU's been around a lot less, and they're already doing those extra DLCs and add-ons that we needed on ACC. So it's like you let someone else come along and kind of snatch your chain, bro. At one point, ACC was the ultimate GT3 simulator, bro. They let LMU come along and snatch their chain just because they stopped having that connection with the community. They stopped having that rapport. There was no communication. There was a communication on. No one knew what was coming. Everyone's just on LFM, hoping that LFM can keep the game alive. And then LMU comes out, shows a little bit of potential, and before you know it, every single. I remember when we first jumped on LMU, it was only a few of us. Me, Prenter, who else was there from the beginning? There wasn't a lot of people from ACC that was there from the beginning. And then like Tommy Lydon came over. Luke Whitehead came over. And then you started to see a lot bit more people. Some people would try it, but then go back off of it. Try it, go back off of it. And then once people actually got into how you have to drive the cars, once it started getting upgraded and improving certain things, bro, it's impossible, particularly if you're semi like competitive. It's very, very hard to go back to ACC, bro. You know what I mean? It would be very hard to go back. Yep, they should have made it moddable, man. They should have done something. But now it's just like even to the point where on ACC there used to be an endurance race almost every weekend, bro, for a long time. And now, bro, it's nothing. Nothing. If you look at LMU, it stayed pretty close to the community the whole entire time. And that was one of the reasons that Project Cars was so good in the beginning. How close they were to the community. Bro, like, everyone felt involved, so you always knew what was going on. And that's why Project Cars was so successful at the beginning. But then they got the money and then they forgot the community and the game died, bro. Yeah, Evo's still a beta, but yeah, nah, bro. For me, like, when I jumped on LMU, nothing was perfect, but I could see the potential. Like, I say, okay, I can see how this would work. You know what I mean? When I jump on AC Evo, I'm just trying to think, like, what crowd do you think AC Evo is gonna get? Because it's not gonna be like the crowd that's on LMU. They'll get a lot of people that like to jump in different cars, old cars. They get that crowd, but the competitive scene, yeah, that's not gonna be on AC Evo, bro. I'm almost sure of that. I mean, like, to get to the competitive, because you got to think about it, the competitive scene wasn't even on the original AC that much, and that's a by far better game. Even though they did have their leagues and stuff, but to the point of how big the leagues were on ACC, that's not happening for AC Evo, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of people, they're just not interested like that. Like, when you promise so much and then you get it and you're like, like, we're trying to see the potential, but think about it. Look, all the people that's played AC Evo, all the people that you'd say normally they compete, or they're esports drivers, or they're top split normally at the front winning races, how many of those guys have had a positive thing to say about AC Evo? Because it's no one really. People that like the casual experience, just to drive, just to have fun, I think the game will be for those people. But like the competitive scene, yeah, people are like, nah, buddy. ACC was huge, and the original AC is even bigger. So that's what I'm saying. What people were expecting from AC Evo was to pick up, was like, we want the original AC with an upgrade on ACC graphics and sounds and that sort of stuff. And we just got neither. You know what I mean? We got nothing. Yeah, I don't know, bro. It's gonna be hard work to win back that crowd. I can't lie. You know what I mean? Unless I mean, they'll try to make it like AC1, but even then, it's a struggle. And like, how long do you like? AC Evo is not like some game like GTA where everyone will wait it out. You know what I mean? It's not some platform where everyone would absolutely wait years for them to bring it out. If the game is dead, we've got too much competition to move on to, bro. There's too much other games to play. It's not like you have to have all your eggs in the AC Evo basket. Like, there's too many other games to play. It's very easy to get over AC Evo if it flops. It wouldn't be easy to get over GTA if it flopped, because there's nothing else that's really like GTA. You know what I mean? So that's the difference, man. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of big competitions that can come to LMU. You know what I mean? ACC used to kill it when it came to big competitions. SRO, esports. Then you had the on-site finals where the esports drivers were getting flown out to the actual track where the real life race was happening. And at that event, they would have a bunch of rigs and these guys were racing. And then the real life drivers were racing. They were killing it with that stuff. You know what I mean? Absolutely killing it. And then you had the big endurance races. You had the races that were actually on the GT World YouTube channel. It was massive. It was killing it. And then you come out with AC Evo, and I just don't see it being the same, bro. It's not gonna be like that because ACC was an official title for the Blong Pain GT World Challenge. Like AC Evo is just a every car thrown into the mix sort of title. That's not gonna, you know what I mean? It's nah, bro. It's not happening, mate. They've gone down the you know, the Gran Turismo route, and Gran Turismo is perfect for console. You know, it's not the same for PC, in my opinion. I don't know. I think they'd have to sort out a lot of things to make sure the servers are strong enough to hold up, because you don't be getting no bugs and glitches in the virtual Le Mans series, and then people are losing out of money, you know. But when it does come round, that's going to be massive. You know what I mean? It's going to be massive. And you see a lot of the big esports teams will be financially invested into that. So like now, when I look at AC Evo, I actually like what is their actual competition like? Who is their target audience? Because it's not. They were just hoping that everyone from ACC would just migrate over. That's not going to happen, and it hasn't. Because pretty much who plays it? I mean, think about it. We were all at one stage hardcore ACC players, right? How many people from the hardcore ACC fan base, all the streamers, all the players you see, how many people play AC Evo, bro? How many? For more than one day when there's a new update. How many people actually play that game on a day-to-day? Yeah, but the one thing I'll say is you can see that teams are being prepared for the virtual series, because you see whenever there's a big endurance race, you've seen like Team Redline practicing, you know what I mean? Like you've seen when there's a couple endurance races late last year, you started to see like Coanda, a lot of the Coanda drivers jumped on. These are big iRacing teams. So you already know what their plans will be once everything takes off. It was the exact same thing happened on ACC when they started doing the SRO GT Challenge esports stuff. All of a sudden, you started to see a lot of these Team Redline guys, a lot of these Commander guys, Josh Rogers, and like top. That's what you need, bro. And the thing that ACC did perfectly is they had everything televised, and they did it as if it was a real life event. So they had it on the GT World Challenge YouTube channel, which already has quite a big following. So it opened up a lot of eyes, and this is what LMU need to do, and this is what I've been saying from the beginning. All these championship races need to be streamed. They need to have their own channel, streams all these races, their own commentary team. All of it makes sense, bro, but I kind of don't know what they're doing on that front. You know? No, I mean, everything has its negatives and positives, bro. You know, some people, not everyone likes it. From a competitive scene standpoint, which is my main interest. Like, if I'm on a game and there's not a competitive scene, and I'm not interested in it, you know, like if the competitive scene's not really pushed to the limit. This is why like I like Race Room, and the Race Room does have a competitive scene, but to me it's just not pushed hard enough, and Race Room's a very old game, so it's harder for them. But I will sit down and watch a Race Room race, you know. Yeah, man. Like Hypers is just something else. Hypers is a bit mad. Yeah, in terms of broadcasting, LMU does need work, but LMU doesn't. Like the only people that's got really the broadcasting down was VMS or Tat and Restec. They're the only people that's really got the broadcasting down because they've got the overlays. But they need a proper commentary team, a proper channel. You know what I mean? Like they need to be pushing in those directions to monetize more of the bigger races, in my opinion, because it could easily be done if they streamed all the big championship races. Everyone knows all the fast guys do the 7 o'clock championship race. Everybody knows this, right? So the championship races, just make sure you stream them. Simple as that. Stream the 7 o'clock championship race. It allows everyone to watch it. Everyone knows what time it is. Everyone knows what day it's on. Make sure that's streamed. Do one of those per week. You've got any big endurance event needs to be streamed, and they need to make sure that it doesn't coincide with the endurance championships that they run on the online championship, because it makes no sense that they do that. You know? They've kind of got, like, for instance, even this, right? Let's break it down. Even you got the Logitech G Challenge. For me, this is probably the weirdest way to get your lap time up there, right? Now, right about now, my boy Prenter is number 1, nigga. But what I'm saying is like, to have to do a race, and in the race do some sort of hot lap, bro. Just create a hot lap server or something where managers doing lap after lap, because you could be on a great lap and then come up to a lap car or someone's pissed off and they can just wipe you out. And then, like, that shouldn't be a case for when you're hot lapping, because effectively this is a hot lapping challenge. It's not a who's got the fastest race time challenge. You know, it's just a hot lapping challenge. So they need to make it so it's just hot laps. None of this race, because there's loads of things that can happen in a race. You could get into a race with your teammate and he can slipstream you down the straight, try and get you extra time. You know what I mean? Like, anything could happen. Or you could be on a good lap and then you get slipstream from a lap car, and then you do a lap time that can't be beaten because you got slipstream. It's not technically against the rules, but it's against the spirit of a hot lap, because you've got an advantage that no one else has got on a fixed setup. So, like, things like this, bro, like, integrate that stuff properly. You also saw an esports tab by the online. Well, that McLaren G Challenge, that's an esports event, but I don't like the way they've done it, to be honest. Listen, bro, let me tell you. Listen, SimGrid, yeah, bro. Brother, my opinion of SimGrid, yeah, is like, I don't know, man. I feel like what SimGrid did is they kind of bought their way into the game just to stop LFM from having the same sort of power they had over ACC. Because remember, SimGrid on ACC used to do daily races, but when LFM came in, no one cared about SimGrid's daily races to the same level, you know? So I feel like SimGrid kind of jumped in there to make sure that they could have, you know, a certain amount of power in terms of what they, you know, I think they're the ones in control of the daily servers and stuff like that. So I feel like SimGrid kind of jumped in there to block LFM, but they're not doing fuck all with it. They're doing nothing with it. It's like, okay, you guys have got your own channel, right? You've got your own commentary team, because they used to. Like, bro, why are you lot not, like, do you know what I mean? Why is there nothing going on? If I want to watch a race, unless it's virtual VMS who do a good job, or Tat and Restech who do a good job, there is nothing to watch apart from individual POVs, bro. And it's jarring. It's like any other top game that's got this amount of quality drivers at the top competing, and a lot of these guys I'll give credit to, they race all the time. A lot of these fast guys, they race every single week. They'll be doing online championships, you know what I mean? They'll be doing the endurance races, and unless you tune into their POV, you just don't see it. Yeah, it's not good enough, man. It's not good enough, bro. You know what I mean? I might actually make a video and clip this part of the stream talking about this shit, because it has to be said. LMU could be doing so much more, and I don't know if SimGrid holds them back. I don't know but you would think that LMU have the final say and stuff. You'd think if they said to SimGrid, you know what, we want you to use your, like, figure out a way so you guys can stream these races, because I don't get it. Even it could be someone's job, pay someone to just go in there and stream the races. Simple. You know what I mean? What, I don't know if you can whitelist an account. Try whitelist an account, so whatever the weather, the account is always split one, and then allow that account to get into every lobby of these top any of these ELMS sprint races or online championships. Allow that account to always get into the lobby and always stream it. Maybe we could get away with 2 streams a week. Perfect. Doesn't even have to be every day, you know. Exactly. See, like, why have you not got the servers and all this power in the game if you're not even doing nothing with it? All they're worried about is the money. Let's be honest, because obviously you gotta hire the servers from them, so they're getting paid that way, and they're not. You know, it's a minimum effort, bro. It's minimum effort, and I feel like it was just anything to stop LFM, because LFM would have had the monopoly. Clearly would have had the monopoly over the daily races, you know. Yeah, you got to grind, bro. Like, especially to be up with the fast guys, and sometimes you might not see the fast guys all in the daily races and all that, bro. These man put the laps in. You know what I mean? That's the difference. That's what people don't see. Because I remember we were the same on Project Cars. You would never catch me in an online lobby. But when it came to the, like, league races and stuff, bro, we were flying. Because we, like, obviously I'm older now. I've got kids now, so I don't have the time. But back then, bro, wow. If you knew the amount of laps and the amount of practice that we used to do, crazy. Crazy. We used to do so much practice. Like, it got to the point where, like, when you grind like that, you know pretty much everything about the game. You know everything about the car that you're driving. You know what I mean? Every single broken thing in the setup, you know everything. And that's what a lot of these guys do. They know everything. So it's like, to get to that level, you have to do it, man. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do to compete. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why it is the way it is in terms of really it's promotion and getting the eyes open, because a lot of people are interested in, like, hypercars and Le Mans and stuff like that, you know. So they could easily amass and do exactly what ACC did with the SRO stuff. They could easily do that, and people would be all for it. But for whatever reason, man. You know what I mean? All you need is pay someone to stream it, pay a couple commentators. It might cost you a little bit of dough. You know what I mean? But the numbers it will probably bring to the game. Yeah, braking's tough, but I guess with hypers, again, I don't know what pedals you got, but you probably have to readjust your pedals, man, because it is very different. It's very hard to go from GT3s into hypers because you just end up locking up. You can get away with a lot more on GT3. But back when the game first came out in the GTEs, bro, that was like getting the braking right was so satisfactory, and it was so hard to overtake. You got a V3s. Yeah, you got for hypercars, you probably have to adjust your brake a little bit, bro. But, you know, it's hard, it's difficult. They're not easy to drive in terms of getting the braking right. I actually think LMP2s are harder, but yeah. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm gonna head off. I'll be back on Wednesday, even though it's gonna be sweltering again. If it's as hot on Wednesday, I ain't doing the camera. I'm sorry. I apologize, lads, but I can't. It's just too hot. Alright, it's just too hot. But guys, have a good one. Take care. Arsenal fans, Arsenal lads, I'll see you at the parade. Alright, I will see you at the parade. We will be there. Okay. But anyway, lads, take care. Have a good night. And yeah, peace.